Achtung and hello, German review. Yeah, this is heavy metal from German called Inner Axis. Whoa! Yeah, well, that's about the bullshit part. Now, as many of you know, Germany is a great way when it comes to metal, and it can be totally disastrous country for metal music. So many bands from both extreme ends, total rubbish to total greatness. Inner Axis is somewhere between, more on the mediocre side with its heavy metal. Why? I'll tell you a bit in a soon. Um, Here's the CD, so let's take a look. We Live by the Steel, what a manowarish name or title for an album. Here's the CD inlaid, cool design, kind of an arrowhead. Here's the back side of the CD, as you can see, all guys having their hands crossed. Traditional heavy metal way, not boasting with their band t-shirts and such. And here is the cover image, kind of a 300 movie-esque kind of a cover. Yet again, kind of a manowarish feeling. This is about war, this is about fighting men, this is about going into melee with your spears, shields and swords. Yes, we know this is about heavy metal, true heavy metal, about steel. There's actually a couple of songs with the word steel in them, so we know that this is about steel. Inner Axis is about steel. Okay, here are the track list, lyrics and band pictures. Obviously, more to come, as you can see. Serious faces and guitars. These guys are endorsed with guitars. Look at those faces and see how serious they are. Bass player, all that stuff, and the crossed drumsticks. The true sense of steel and metal and heavy metal and all that stuff. Only dragons are missing, and yes, those booby babes. But Inner Axis is not a sexist band, it's a band about fighting men, so let's fight some steel and listen to heavy metal. Okay, I'm getting fed up with my own bullshit already, so let's talk about the music. Now, Inner Axis is doing very traditional stuff. This is a kind of a music that could be very well already from the 80s, or at least 90s. There is nothing modern here, there's nothing old school as such, but it's very traditional. It's just something that you might expect from a German heavy metal band. Now, both good and bad. Not so much in good, by the way, because there are no single track which I would like to say, yes, this is a nice track, I would like to listen to this more. I gotta say, I gave this 3 full spins and then some, and I was pretty much done with the first one. And the reason is this: there is no single good track on this album, not a track that makes me smile, happy, or banging my head. Not then again facepalm either. It's not something that I can dislike or hate or anything like that, but this is just, very unimaginative stuff. The kind of heavy metal music that you have heard a couple of trillion times before, if you have been listening to heavy metal at all. Now, production-wise, mediocre. Not bad, not good, just mediocre. Kind of a powerless, except for those tom-tom drums and bass, which are a little bit stronger, and I guess a little bit too strong for this own good, because now the vocals are somewhere in the backside, and I guess there's a reason for that. The rest of the guys must actually know that this vocalist is not exactly good. Maybe for karaoke bar standards, he's doing, great job, or at least decent, but for a heavy metal vocalist, I don't even need to go digging bands like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden to compare that this guy sounds like utter crap when talking about masters. But for typical heavy metal standards, I guess he's doing okay-ish, but clearly not good. I'm sorry, but this is not good way to do heavy metal. Kind of a colorless, anti-charismatic voice and output. It's like kind of lame. But like I said, it's not like he's lacking the skill. He's just lacking the way to, persuade me and others to actually listen and enjoy this album. It's just like anti-charisma. Colorless, motionless, leaving me speechless. When it comes to the rest of the elements on this album, riffs, songs, compositions and stuff, I think the most annoying part is that every song is about 5 minutes long or longer. This is 10 songs, about 50 minutes, so average song is 5 minutes, which is about 2 minutes too much. Because none of these songs are, like I said, they are not good. It's like just basic bulk heavy metal. When you go to the supermarket, you just want to buy the cheapest tuna can or bread or whatever, and it's like labeled after the market. This is the kind of stuff, the heavy metal, supermarket heavy metal with done by the distributor or whatever. So it's kind of like a supermarket house band. That much it has its own essence, charisma, and whatever. But like I said, it's nothing to be disliked, nothing to be annoyed with, no reason to hate this. It's just, very, very, very mediocre. So if you have this school book of metal and you're like, oh, what's average mediocre heavy metal all about, especially coming from Germany? Click and you have inner access. The only un-German thing is that they are not singing actually in German, which I guess would give this band a little bit more flavor than it has right now. So what can I say? Really boring album in so many ways, but not annoying. Just something that I cannot recommend to anybody except for those maniacs who just like their mediocre stuff, because mediocrity, well, there's no reason for anybody to actually check this out. So anyway, this is my review. Go check out the online and prove me wrong. Drop your comments below and let's get the discussion going about that. Inner Axis, mediocrity. See ya soon with another review. Bye.